What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and today we are looking once again at Mario Maker 2, but this time I have asked you for some information regarding the game. I've asked you things that you wish you could do in Mario Maker after all the updates and everything has settled in for Mario Maker 2. What are the things that you miss, and what are the things that you really wanted to come to the game that never happened? What are some things that bother you with Mario Maker 2 that you want fixed? I compiled a list of 13 of your guys' comments talking about things you wish could be changed or things you wish you could do in Mario Maker 2. Before we get started, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you guys are new to stay up to date on all things Nintendo. Make sure you also hit that notification bell to be updated on whenever I post. Also, if you have any wishes of your own, make sure you put them in the comments down below, and you could possibly appear on my next video. The Divine Beast states that they want different nighttime background themes, and this is something that's very interesting because with a few exceptions, such as Ghost House and maybe even Sky, we really don't have different night themes. And if you look, even the stars are in the exact same spot with multiple areas. What if the desert had like this cool ancient tomb background, and maybe you can change it to different things? Maybe it's just an open desert at night, just like Toast Arena from Super Mario Odyssey. There's no way to change the background, and every night background theme for the most part looks very identical, so I understand where you're coming from. Pirate Neighbor and Josh345 both want new ways to defeat enemies without finding the exact one that has the key. Now, let me tell you exactly what they mean by this. Let's say we have a group of enemies, such as a group of Koopalings, and one of them holds the key. There should be a better way in order to defeat them all to get the key, rather than to defeat the one with the key. This is kind of annoying, and it's kind of like a guess who has it type of situation, rather than just clearing a room. I wish you could just clear a room and get the key. That would make things a lot easier. Maybe you can highlight a certain section, and make that section only have to defeat all the enemies. So, I don't know, Nintendo could play around with it. So Bronze Space Comet is very triggered here as he talks about the vertical scroll and the horizontal movement when you box things in Mario Maker. So in order to box in a certain area, you'll have to have a horizontal plane going all the way across the stage or a vertical one going all the way across the stage and on both sides of the platform as well. Which means you'll have these random lines going throughout your level, and they can be kind of annoying. This is kind of a weird way to make sure the camera doesn't leave the box. I'm sure there's a new way they could do this. Like I said, maybe highlight the box and show that I want this area in particular to be set in stone. The DHVF states that they want the Tanooki Suit in the 3D World game style. Now this one is kind of weird because I've already expected it to be there, and I never really thought about it not being in the game, and I'm just like, why isn't that item in there? It's a pretty basic item, but if you think about it, some items and most items don't even carry over to the other game styles unless it's like a Fire Flower or a Super Mushroom, so I really don't see how it would harm the game at all for adding that, but at the same time, they did add a lot of brand new items and helmets and masks and stuff for Mario in the 3D World theme, so maybe I can see it from that point of view. MarioZenium states that they want to see more background interaction and a possible way to work with the background and place things back there to attack Mario in the foreground. Now, if you didn't remember, Mario actually does this a lot of times. They did it in the new Super Mario Bros. DS game with Whomps falling from the background. They've had bullets shoot from 3D World and 3D Land. Obviously, those are 3D games. But similarly to how you can place bullet bill cannons in the background with 3D World, what if you could place actual enemies? Let's take the train and tank stages, for instance, because things do appear in the background and shoot bullet bills at you from the background. I think this is pretty cool. And it's something that's not quite out of the realm of possibility. We see Nintendo work with this with even the stage builder in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So this is obviously possible. I don't know how much work it would take for a Mario Maker game, but I could see it being at least bare minimum very good. MC Patches 07 states, I wanted to make a level with 2 subworlds for 3 different types of weather, but I can't. Well, here's the thing. Almost everybody does. I think most of the Mario Maker community really wanted this for Mario Maker 2. The option to have more than just one subworld and to have many different themes for those subworlds. Maybe you start off in the winter and want to go down into the water, but then you want to come out into the desert, and then you want to go back down into another pipe into Sky. And that's something that a lot of people wanted, or at least just more than one subworld, and we all thought maybe, just maybe, we would get that and it didn't happen. I think this is something that would greatly increase the gameplay and make it a lot very interesting. But anyways, there was a comment that is coming up later that's even more interesting than this that I thought would be an amazing idea. I'll tell you that in a second. Chopper64 states that I wish we could stack enemies in the 3D world style. Don't we all? So it's weird that 3D world style can't stack enemies considering the fact the game has tons of stackable Goombas in almost every level. It's just very weird, and I actually cannot think of a reason as to why this wasn't available, and I don't know if Nintendo just didn't think about it. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Rylan Placiente, I hope I pronounced that right, wants to be able to jump on your own boomerang. Now, I can't remember for sure, but I think in the 3D World and 3D Land games, you can actually jump on Boomerang Bros boomerangs, and I wonder if that would work if you threw your own out. Now, obviously it doesn't work right now in the game, but would that even work? Like, would that even do anything special in the game? I don't know. I could see you throwing it out, and it would stay just directly below your feet once you jump, and you can jump off of it as a platform. I could see that being some pretty cool platforming challenges. 4 Letters states that they want to be able to make water/poison/lava pools. So currently in the game, if you have any stage with those elements, it floods the entire stage all the way through horizontally with said liquid. And there's no way to kind of cut it off with ground. It goes through the ground entirely. So if there's water in one spot, there's water in the other. The only way that you can kind of combat this is to make 2 platforms that are different heights, but they want to be able to make little pools of water, little pools of lava that you can fall in, which looks a lot cleaner than just having the lava go over the entirety of the bottom floor. And I understand that completely. I think it would look a lot better like in 3D World where you can jump into some ponds and just make like a little pond, make like a fishing level or something. I understand where you're coming from, and yes, that would be much needed. Regular Guy says, I wish you can move the Bullet Bill mask wherever you want so I can make a Donkey Kong rocket level. Yes, I agree. Currently, the Bullet Bill mask can only go horizontal in one direction, left or right, and that's it. You can't turn it around, you can't move it up, you can't move it down. The only way to go down is to let go of the gas and turn it back on again. So it would be really cool to fly this thing anywhere you want, considering the fact that it turns red when Mario puts it on, which signifies that it is a homing Bullet Bill. It should be able to go wherever you want. Maybe there's 2 different versions. Maybe there's a black one that just goes straight and the red one that you can be able to control. But I think that would be awesome to make kind of like a rocket barrel level, like you said, from Donkey Kong, and it would work really well. Backyard Brothers wants the ability to put key coins into enemies, and in fact, you can't even put the key coins into blocks, which is kind of annoying if you want to just find a certain block with a key coin, or maybe you want to defeat a certain enemy that holds a key coin. You really can't do that in Mario Maker, which is so frustrating to me. It doesn't really seem like this would be too hard to implement. Outlaw Learner 19 wishes you could change styles between subworlds, like change from Super Mario Bros. 3 to Super Mario World. Now this would be awesome. This is the comment I told you I would come to earlier on in the video, and this is pretty cool. So we can already change themes by going into pipes, but what if you could change a complete game style? What if you go in as Super Mario World Mario and come out as New Super Mario Bros. U Mario? That would be pretty cool. It would completely change the mechanics and make it pretty interesting. Now obviously this probably would not work alongside the 3D World theme, which would suck, but I think it'd be pretty cool to do this with the other styles, and I think people could come up with some cool like teleportation portal style levels. And finally, Ivanon and the Daily Toast want secret exits in these levels. They want to be able to find a secret exit and a secret little path within the level that you can find that will lead you to something of a secret world. Now that we have the World Maker, you can now have a secret hidden world simply just from that one exit. Or maybe you can have a secret level that only can be obtainable for some extra 1-ups if you follow that secret path in the previous level. So I think this could be pretty cool, and I think lots of people have actually brought up secret levels and secret exits, and this shouldn't be, once again, too hard to implement. Maybe there's just 2 different poles within the level, or 2 different item boxes if you're playing Mario Bros. 3. So stuff like that could be very obtainable. So that is all of your guys' wishes. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and those that commented, thank you a lot. You can also leave your comment on what wish you have that you could do in Mario Maker 2 down below. All you have to do is put wish in all caps and then followed by your actual wish, and then you could be picked in the next video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya, guys.